this is my Raspberry Pi kit that I picked up. So the pieces that you will absolutely need for this is the Raspberry Pi, the power supply. You can have the option to use the fan within your case. However, I usually opt out of this. You need the SD card, the micro SD card. I'm going to use the case for this as well. An HDMI cable. Okay, so here's the bottom part of the case. And now what you're going to do is take the Raspberry Pi, and you want to make sure that that opening there is lined up with the SD port on your Raspberry Pi. And all you got to do is just slide it in and then push it down. As well as here, what it is optional, you don't have to put the case cover around it on, but here I'm going to do it. And you can see that everything is aligned nice and neatly. Okay, so now once you have it inside of your computer in whatever adapter you're using to connect it to your computer, what you're going to do is you're going to go here to this link. It'll be down in the description. And you just go download for Windows, and you'll download it to your computer. And it will look like this right here, or this, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to do choose OS, and then here you can go Raspberry Pi OS other. You can do the light version with no desktop environment, or, and again, 32-bit for both desktop and non-desktop environment, and 64 as well. I like to do the no desktop environment with the 64. And you're going to go choose storage, and you want to make sure this is the SD card that you just plugged in, which I know it is, and then you're going to write. And then will be erased. Are you sure you want to continue? And you're going to hit yes. This will begin writing everything to that SD card for the Raspberry Pi OS. So all you would have to do is plug it in to your lovely Raspberry Pi that you have. Okay. There's one more step that I'm going to add, which is the SSH, which is why I always go with the no desktop environment, because I just prefer SSHing into my machines. Eventually, you'll be prompted with this screen where it says write was successful, and it'll automatically eject the SD card. What you're then going to do is you're going to take it out and then plug it right back in, just because there's one more simple step that we got to do here. So now what you're going to do is open up your File Explorer, go into boot, and you'll see all of these files. Just right click, new text document, and just call it SSH, and then hit enter. And then all you gotta do is eject, continue, and then that's done. Now, once you have the OS flashed and the SSH file added to the SD card, all you gotta do is put it in and make sure that the lettering is facing you. So I'm gonna refocus the camera here so that you can see the lettering is facing me, and all you gotta do is just push it in. And there we go. Now you have the SD card inside the Raspberry Pi. Another step that you can do is you can see the HDMI port. You can plug it in there, and then that's where the power is going to go into. So the main point is the power supply is plugged in and the Ethernet cable is plugged in, and that's all that you need to really get this thing fully set up. Now, to find the IP address that you're going to SSH into, once you have it connected through Ethernet or setting it up with Wi-Fi through the HDMI cable and a screen, what you're then going to do is you're going to open up your command prompt and do ipconfig. Now what you're going to do is look for the default gateway, and you're going to go to this address in your web browser. So 192.168.1.254. When going here, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff. I am specifically on TELUS, so mine may look different from yours, but this is one way that I found that I can easily find all of the information that I need. And then I just scroll all the way down and you can see Raspberry Pi 192.168.1.69 full duplex. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is go back into this command prompt and we're going to do SSH pi at 192.168.1.69. And so the default user is Pi, and then the password will be Raspberry, so RASPBERRY. And then boom, there you go. Everything should be set up and working